Hi viewers, this is Masterclass Speak Smart English episode number 5. So, the first error or a mistake that the people are making always is a tremendous amount of research have been carried out. It's a wrong sentence. Why? A tremendous amount of research has been carried out. Not have been carried out, has been carried out. Why? Because amount is has. So amount of research has been carried out. And this is a collective noun. And collective noun are always followed by auxiliaries. And which auxiliaries? Singular auxiliaries. Okay, amount has been. The kitchen is very ample and has a window overlooking the garden. The kitchen is very spacious and has a window overlooking the garden. So spacious means a space. The thing which has a space. The thing which has a place. A capacity. So you can't say ample, you say a spacious kitchen. It means it has a lots of space. Okay, so the kitchen is very spacious and has a window overlooking the garden. I made a lot of new friends during my stay in England and amused myself a lot. I made a lot of new friends during my stay in England and really enjoyed myself. You can't say amused myself. You should say really enjoyed myself. Okay? Amusement you can give to other people, but really enjoyed myself because you were self-enjoyed. The last 3 years have been the most amusing years of my life. The last 3 years have been the most enjoyable years of my life. So you can't say amusing years, you say enjoyable years. I enjoyed these years. You can't say amusing years. Repeat again this sentence, the right sentence. The last 3 years have been the most enjoyable years of my life. Most visitors find the museum extremely amusing. Most visitors find the museum extremely interesting. So you can't say museum is amusing, you must say it is interesting. I had never visited an hospital before. Absolutely a wrong sentence. I had never visited a hospital before. Not an hospital. You must say a hospital. Okay? A hospital. There is a beautiful and old church in the center of the town. There is a beautiful old church in the center of the town. So, what's wrong here? Look the difference here. That's the difference. There is a beautiful old church. You can't say there is a beautiful and old church. You say, or you should say, there is a beautiful old church in the city center of the town. I was surprised and angered that he did not apologize. I was surprised and angry that he did not apologize. So what's wrong here? Actually, He was surprising because of anger. So the difference is actually here in anger, not angry. Okay, I was surprised and angry. You can't say I was surprised and anger. Surprised and angry. I was surprised and angry that he did not apologize. He will, that's a short form. He will have to learn how to control his anger. Wrong. Look the difference. He will have to learn how to control his temper. You cannot control your anger. You have to control your temper. So you should say, I control my temper because of my angerness. Yes, exactly. That's the solution. The following day, their father suddenly announced them that he was leaving. The following day, their father suddenly announced to them, you can use all, or you can say announced that he was leaving. Okay, but you should not use announce them that. That is absolutely a wrong sentence. So announced that he was leaving, or announced to them that he was leaving. On almost every page there were announcements for cigarettes and tobacco. On almost every page there were advertisement, not announcements, advertisements for cigarettes and tobacco. So, because on a newspaper you always find advertisement, not announcement. Okay, and something, especially when something is alarming or prohibited, so you should always listen about advertisement. Okay, not announcements. The noise of the traffic outside all day annoys me. Wrong. It irritates me. The noise of the traffic outside all day irritates me. Not annoys me, irritates me. I feel rather annoyed when I see the same advertisement time and time again. Wrong. Look the difference. I feel rather irritated when I see the same advertisement time and time again. So I was annoyed. Wrong. I feel rather irritated. So irritated is the right sentence and the correction also. Some people are annoyed by these violent films. Wrong. Some people are disturbed, not annoyed, disturbed by these violent films. Okay? Not annoyed, disturbed. People are disturbed. She annoyed that I hadn't waited for her. She was annoyed. You should not say she annoyed that I hadn't waited for her. You must say she was annoyed. That is passive voice in English grammar. So she was annoyed that I hadn't or I had not waited for her. Okay, so you must have to use because of passive voice. So she was annoyed. I felt terribly annoyed with his lack of sensitivity. Wrong. And why? Concentrate here. I felt terribly annoyed at his lack of sensitivity. with his wrong, at his sensitivity. I felt annoyed at his lack of sensitivity, not with his lack of sensitivity. He gave the class another homework. Wrong. He gave the class some more homework. So, not another homework, more homework. I hated horror films. Let's watch another. Wrong. I hate horror films. Let's watch something else. You can't say another. You must say, let's watch something else. If Henry is busy, get another man to help you. If Henry is busy, get someone else to help you. Okay? If Henry is busy, get someone else to help you. Not man to help you, another man to help you. You must say someone else. Can't you see another computer? Wrong. Can't you see someone else's computer? Can't you use, it's can't you use another computer, and can't you use someone else's computer? So the difference is, it's not another computer, so it has someone else's computer. There is also another point that is worth mentioning. Wrong. Look, you must not use here something which is worth mentioning. So there is another point that is worth mentioning. There is also another. You can't say also another. If it is decided that another, so you should not use also. Okay, there is another point that is worth mentioning. Also, another way to lose weight is to eat less. Wrong. Just simply say, another way to lose weight is to eat less. Another way to lose weight is to eat less. Families fall into two categories. One is the composite family, another is joint family or something else. So I try to make a very small sentence. I try to compile very small sentence so you understand very easily. So just to understand exactly the mistake. So families fall into two categories. One is the composite family and the other is. You can't say another is, you say the other is. Because you mentioned one family, and when second family, that means it's important. And all important nouns always followed by the. Okay, so another. Okay, when you mention two people, one person you already mentioned and second person is going on, is followed by. So because of this following, you have to use the. So the other is. Without a car, it takes a long time to get from a place to another. Wrong? Look, without a car, it takes a long time to get from one place to another. You should not say, or we must not say, to get from a place to another, to get from one place to another. Okay, so that is, and I told you in the last episode, please concentrate on right sentences. Sometime if you do not understand mistake, it does not mean it exists. Mentioning mistakes mean that you understand the correct sentence, and that is our target. Okay, so without a car, it takes a long time to get from one place to another. They still can't find an answer for this problem. They still can't find an answer to this problem, not for this problem, to this problem. Answer to the question, answer to the problem, okay? Answer for is absolutely no go. It's wrong. It has taken them almost 2 months to answer to my letter. Wrong. It has taken them almost 2 months to answer my letter. So just concentrate here. To answer to my letter? No, to answer my letter. Okay? To answer my letter. Repeat again the right sentence. It has taken them almost 2 months to answer my letter. I couldn't answer to the last 2 questions. Wrong. I couldn't answer the last 2 questions. Okay? So you should not use to. Okay? I couldn't answer the last 2 questions simply without using to. Repeat again for the clarity. I couldn't answer the last 2 questions. My job involves cooking, cleaning, and answering to the doorbell. What's wrong here? Concentrate. Yes. My job involves cooking, cleaning, and answering the doorbell. You should not say to the doorbell. You should say cleaning and answering the doorbell. Okay? I rang the number you gave me, but nobody answered me. Absolutely wrong. I rang the number you gave me, but nobody answered. When nobody answered, it is definitely you are the caller. So you should not use me again, okay? Because you are the person who is calling. I called her name, but nobody answered me. I called her name, but nobody answered. Again, the same mistake. Answered me. It's absolutely wrong. And most of the people, most of the time, make this mistake. Okay? There is a beautiful antique church in the center of the town. Wrong. There is a beautiful old church. It's not antique. Antiques are the things which are compiled, which are collection, but old church, not antique church. Okay? Yes, it is possible that you can say a antique statue or antique jewelry or a watch, but old church, old building you have to mention. So there is a beautiful old church in the center of the town, not antique church. He has made a lot of money from selling antique things. Wrong. He has made a lot of money from selling antiques. Because antiques are always the things, okay? So you should not mention things. Otherwise, you should say he has made a lot of money from selling antiques. I always feel anxious when I have to make a speech. So I always feel nervous, not anxious or anxious. So you should say, I always feel nervous when I have to make a speech. She is anxious or anxious that the hotel rates will be too expensive. Wrong. You can't say I'm anxious. you should say, I am worried. Okay? I am worried. By the way, anxious and anxious, American English is anxious and anxious is in British English, okay, for the clarity reason. And the mistake is, or the error is, she is worried that the hotel rate will be too expensive. So you should worried about. You can't say I am anxious. I was anxious that somebody would see us through the window. Wrong. I was worried, not anxious. I was worried that somebody would see us through the window. He obviously is not anxious about public opinion. He obviously is not worried about public opinion. Okay, so anxious is just feeling. I'm worried is also a feeling, but that is actually a situation. So you are worried about a situation, and anxious, you are just worried about a possibility. Okay, so that is a difference. I am anxious to hear about your new boyfriend. Wrong. I can't wait to hear about your new boyfriend. Okay, so I'm anxious. Wrong. I can't wait. When you can't wait, you can't say I am anxious. You should say I can't wait to hear about your new boyfriend. Great. I am anxious to see how British people celebrate Christmas. I am longing. Well, that is a little bit tricky sentence. I am longing. Longing mean I like. I am longing to see how British people celebrate Christmas. Okay? So anxious is absolutely no-go. Okay? So you should use I am longing. Okay? Or I am waiting. Most unemployed people are anxious for finding work. Wrong. Why? Look at that. Most unemployed people are anxious to find work. Please always use anxious to, not anxious for. Okay? Anxious to. I am anxious to work. I'm anxious for is absolutely wrong. So that is a prepositional mistake, and we should have to avoid these kinds of mistakes. Any day was the same. Wrong. Each day was the same. Okay? Not any day was the same. Each day was the same. Any smoker must remember that the people around him are inhaling the smoke. Wrong sentence. Not any smoker, every smoker. That is only the difference. Rest the sentence is the same. Every smoker must remember that the people around him are inhaling the smoke. Okay? Every smoker. Any parents are thrilled when their first baby arrives. Wrong. All parents are thrilled when their first baby arrives. Not any parents, all parents. If you have any question, ask your teacher. If you have any question, ask your teacher. So, what's wrong? The questions. Any questions. Not any question, any questions. Comma, ask your teacher. So you and somebody asking, if you have any question, wrong. If you have any questions. She does not have any friend. Wrong. She does not have any friends. Like any questions, any friends. Okay? Any friends. Has Atsuko found any job yet? Atsuko is a Japanese name. So has Atsuko found a job yet? Not any job, a job. Has Atsuko found a job? If there is any hole in the balloon, the air will escape. Wrong. If there is a hole, you should not say any hole, you say a hole. In the balloon, the air will escape. If there is a hole, correct. If there is any hole, wrong. When he asked if he could use the telephone, he was told that the family didn't. It's a long sentence. We just have to concentrate on the mistake. When he asked if he could use the telephone, he was told that the family didn't. So only there is error actually has to be concentrate on the family. Okay, so didn't mean that this sentence actually you have to use a sentential structure. Okay, and both sentences are actually the same, only the possibility that the later on you have to concentrate on the right sentence. People go there when they are not able anymore to look after themselves. Wrong. People go there when they are not able to look after themselves anymore. It's a long sentence, and just concentrate on the right sentence. People go there when they are not able to look after themselves anymore. So you should not use to look after themselves, you should use themselves anymore. The state does not anymore provide a pension for everyone. The state does not provide a pension for everyone anymore. That's the most beautiful sentence of this episode because of the order. Okay, the state does not provide a pension for everyone anymore. That is the right order of verbs, adjective and prepositions. Okay, and please concentrate. If sentence is long, don't worry about this, just concentrate on the right sentence. The state does not provide a pension for everyone anymore. Great. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this episode, and again we are waiting for your feedback, your suggestions, your subscriptions and your likes. And please do write if anything you feel feedback is important for us or for you, any improvement. So we shall be very thankful to you for all these mistakes and errors that we are concentrating for right now.